Greg, where's Laura? We're supposed to be recording.
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
What's up? And welcome to the Conjecturing Podcast. I'm your host, Ghostface.
Wow.
Just
There you
kidding.
go.
Just Laura. Joining me tonight, we've got Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Look how cute I am.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I fucking cut my face. Jesus Christ.
Please be careful.
I know,
I don't
shit. That
trust
was
you with
scary.
that knife.
That was scary. Yeah.
Oh, man. And we've got Greg.
What's up? I feel like I should have brought my... There's always
Should've
two
got
killers,
something.
right? I should have brought my mask out.
Or
Yeah,
three.
you should've.
Could be three.
Oh, that's true.
Has
Yeah.
there ever been three?
Did
No.
you see
wait.
Hi,
the
Snell.
spoilers now? Yeah,
They should just like make everybody the killer at this point. Like 7 killers. Let's just go.
We'll get
the
into this
progression.
movie. We'll get into this movie and parts of
All
it, and I'll tell you what I think about. I actually want more killers in this movie, but and why? But
Rob's like, you're taking the smile, you know, like your ideas for how Smile 3 should just be like.
Oh, it should just
everybody's
be
smile.
Apocalypse,
Like,
yeah.
Just that's how Scream aged. Like, just everyone's
yeah,
Ghostface.
I'm kind of balls to the wall now with horror. Like I just want the extreme of everything now. So
I know,
yeah.
you've really changed. Okay,
I-
but
I have, yeah.
for those not watching YouTube, we are doing 2026's Scream 7. Just came out, was just in theaters. I actually think it's still in theaters. This is probably the
I
quickest
saw it yesterday.
release we've ever done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think by the time this episode drops, it might be just hitting VOD, maybe. So
I hope so.
yeah, we'll hope so. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So yeah, we've got a lot to say about this movie. If you've been listening to us for a while, you know I am the ultimate fangirl of the Scream franchise. And oh man, this one hurts. So I definitely have a lot to say.
Oh wow.
In a
Yeah, I
good way, in like a delightfully masochistic way, or like in a bad way.
Maybe a little
Like
both.
actually hurt. Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe a little both. Yeah, so I can't
Interesting.
wait to hear what you guys think of this movie. But let me give some stats real quick, since this is a big franchise. So this movie was actually directed by Kevin Williamson. He was the writer of Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 4. As we know,
dang.
Wes-
I thought he
What?
did. I thought he did Scream 3. That's why I watched it, but
No.
he did not. Which
He did not.
which I totally get now. Yeah, because
Did you
that one
watch-
is
you
that one
watched
is
Scream
freaking weird. I didn't watch it in a
Yeah.
while. Yeah.
It's very different. That's why people rank it pretty
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kevin Williamson directed this one. You know, Wes Craven directed also Screams 1 through 4. And so Scream 5 and 6 were a little bit different. It was directed by Matt Bentinelli and Tyler Gillett, and then also written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. And so Scream 7 was also written
back
by
to
Vanderbilt and Busick.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. They did come back to write. Okay, all right. Okay, that makes
Yes.
sense. Okay, cool. Because I know in the credits it does say screenplay by Kevin Williamson, and then it says like written by them two. So there must be some type of collaboration with what got done written.
Oh, I'm sure he had a big hand
okay.
in
Yeah.
helping. And I mean, characters are always based on his
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
original idea. So starring, we've got Nev Campbell back. I mean, right there, that's a big positive for me. Nev is back as Sydney. Courtney Cox comes back as Gail. We also have Anna Camp. She's a big name. Rob loves Anna Camp.
I love her. I mean, I've talked to the moon about, like, on social media that, like, yes, I like horror. I watch it a lot. But honestly, like, Pitch Perfect to me is like such a perfect movie. And like whenever I'm feeling down and depressed, I watch Pitch Perfect and it like makes me feel better. So like I love Anna Camp. I really do.
I always go back to True Blood.
True
I
Blood.
thought she was
Ooh,
awesome in
she's
that.
kind of weird in True Blood, but yeah.
Well, like
she's
she has a
good
really
actress.
good like Stepford Wives like weird, you know, uncanny valley
Yes.
look to her, and she can turn it on in an instant. I love it.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And then we also have the twins back, which I know we're all really excited about. So
Love
Jasmine
them
Savoy
twins.
Brown and Mason Gooding. Yeah, love them. They're
So
great.
good.
And we do have a newcomer. We have Isabel May, who plays Tatum. She is
Oh, okay.
Sydney's
All right.
daughter. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, let's not
And
forget
just-
our boy Joel McHale here.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
I know.
We'll get into that most confusing
What?
first 15 minutes of a movie ever. Where I was like, wait,
Please,
what's happening here?
please.
One thing we have to say up front before we like jump in is we saw this in the theater together. We don't do it very often. I think the
Yay.
last one we did was
Yeah.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. I guess we only do legacy movies now. It's the only time we get together for
Yeah.
these to get see movies together.
Right.
But me and Laura like were looking at each other and we had like a whole like 8 minute conversation while the movie
I
was
know.
going about Joel McHale and his character. I mean, we'll get into it and we get into like more detail about it, but it was kind of distracting.
It was twofold. It was twofold.
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
into it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. All right. Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm glad you said that. And I did want to call out that despite this movie did get like generally pretty negative reviews from critics, but it was still the highest grossing film of the series. It grossed like 195 million worldwide. So.
Which means Scream 8 is coming within probably 2
it's
years.
coming. Yeah.
It's going to get greenlit
Yeah.
any minute because money talks. Like, Rotten Tomatoes aside, ratings aside, it made money. Doesn't fucking matter, you know?
Yep. No, Scream 8's
yeah.
happening. Plus, Nev Campbell already said that she'd be super interested in coming back for 8. So,
Good,
I mean,
good.
if she's coming
Fair.
back, they're going to make it.
Yeah, as long as they pay her money. That's good.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So I will try to. This is going to be a long episode, you guys, because not only do we walk through the plot now, but I feel like we all have a lot to say, so we're going to be stopping a lot.
Okay. I might have
do
to. I
my
might have to
best.
slash one of you guys so we can like go a little faster here. So take
Yeah.
one of you guys out. Probably Greg.
Greg's like, take me out. I don't want to talk about this movie. Okay, so movie opens. We've got a boyfriend, girlfriend, Scott and Madison, and they are coming to visit Stu's house. It's become this thing on Airbnb, like I think they called it the Mocker House Experience, right? And Scott is like, he is the fan. He's
the
super
horror fan,
into it. He's the horror fan. Madison is just like, oh my god, this is so cheesy.
She's my wife. She's my wife.
Yeah, she's
Pretty
definitely
much.
your wife.
Yeah. If we did this, I would be like, "Whoa, this is fucking cool," and she'd be like, "Working, where's the bathroom?" Like, I don't really give a shit. Yeah.
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 Yeah, so it's a fun opener because we get to go back to Stu's house and he's like looking at every detail. So, I mean, for all of us fans, it's very nostalgic and pretty good jump scare right from the beginning because they have like a robotic mannequin in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
And so when she, comes up on it, big jump scare. But it's really cool because the one thing this movie does do that I don't remember from other Screams is that the real Ghostface is kind of like lurking in the shadows. Like you'll see like the white of his mask like pop in and then pop out again. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so Scott gets a call, of course. It's not real though. You could tell right away. It's a different voice.
The guy's voice is like hilarious. It's
He's like the scary movie
Yeah.
version.
Yeah, it's like Roger L. Jackson if he was like a 12-year-old nerd. It was like
I did like laugh at the whole like so it's kind of like a welcome to the Airbnb call, right? But like in the voice of Ghostface. But then like he kind of ends the call on this like Krusty the Clown laugh. He's like,
Exactly,
"Oh,
yeah.
stab you
Yeah.
after all." Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, like,
it's so
funny.
horrible.
Like I cracked up actually.
It was so funny. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So he does the whole like trivia thing with them or whatever. And
Some good homages though to Nightmare and People Under the Stairs. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was fun to
like
see
that.
that get called out.
cool.
People Under the Stairs is never called out. That was one of the first movies we reviewed, like first 10 at least.
Back in the day.
But also, I feel like it's a little bit of foreshadowing with the inside the wall scene that we saw later. Which reminded me
Oh,
of
that's
People Under the
probably why they
Stairs.
did it. That's probably why. That's cool.
Oh, I don't think so. I think Greg is just he's making.
Oh,
this
I
sound
think I
smarter than
agree.
it
I
is.
think so. I think so.
All right.
That
okay,
movie
maybe.
gets more love. You're just biased the fact that you hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Madison is actually starting to get scared. There's been a couple things scaring her. And Scott is just like, okay, you're not into this. Like, don't worry. But then all of a sudden he looks over at the mannequin and he's like, that's weird. Like it moved funny.
Yeah.
And so that's our first like Ghostface kill. Ghostface has replaced himself with the mannequin. And kills Scott basically right away. Really
And
crazy, gory.
super brutal. This sets the stage for like what you're gonna see through the rest of this movie, which is something we've never seen in the Scream franchise of like gory, bloody murders. We've seen like murders. I mean,
seen
Scream.
gore.
I know we
Yeah.
like Scream 2 opening, of course, with Jada Pinkett, like the blood and everything like that. But this thing takes it to like a next level to me where it's going to like Terrifier shit. Like it's so fucking gory. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's new to me for the Scream franchise.
It's definitely different. I mean, I feel like we get one or two, I feel like, in each movie. I mean, even the beginning of Scream 1, when the boyfriend is like gutted and it starts coming out of his front. Like that was shocking. But then the rest of the movie doesn't really have that.
Yeah.
But I mean, at this point,
this
part
one's crazy.
seven, you have to. I mean, you got to get creative. Like, isn't that going to be the challenge in every horror franchise? Like in every successive movie, it's like we have to literally kill people, but we can't do it. Like, there's probably a research team on each
Mm.
production saying like, how do we kill people, but we don't without copying past ways of
Yeah,
doing it,
that's true. Hmm.
or
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
movies for that matter.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's cool. He gets stabbed in the side of the head and it's like the
Oh
knife is like
man.
pushing his eyeball like as
Yeah.
in a circle, so it's like his eyeball is moving internally, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and it gets like
Yeah.
all red.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Greg, and that's definitely one of my first things that I wanted to call out is like I'm all for them being more creative, but I just don't want them to lose the touch, like the vibe of Scream.
Right. It should still
Hmm.
feel like, and that was
Yeah.
like, well, one of my things too, before we can get there is I felt like Ghostface in this movie was very much like out in the open a lot, like walking around where everybody could
Oh,
see
yeah.
him. And I felt
Yeah.
like that was another thing where I felt they kind of lost a little bit of the vibe. Like, I mean, we're totally not there, but I just, to kind of jump on what you said, is like, I felt like I wanted to see him like sneaking and creeping around a little more and like out where the world can see him a little bit less. But yeah, it's like
Yeah.
you got to maintain that flavor.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Ghostface goes
Oh, so
after what's her
yeah,
name?
so Scott's gone. So Ghostface goes after the girlfriend, and they have a good fight scene. They're running up the stairs together of Stu's house, very just like reminiscent of Scream One.
Right.
And then
Obligatory knife
he,
chase around, like up the
yeah,
stairs, down the stairs.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they're both like all swinging on the chandelier, and then he falls down. So she's swinging, and you're just like, oh, come on, Madison, you can do it. But unfortunately, she just can't do it, and she falls. And at the last second, Ghostface turns around, puts his knife in by his stomach, facing up, and then she just lands on it.
Yeah.
It kills her.
Yeah, I think we
But
saw
she
that in the
doesn't die
trailer
right
too.
away. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the trailer. She doesn't die right away though. He starts, we kind of get a really cool POV from her. Like she's probably dying and everything's very like slow and you hear her labored breathing. And he's just lighting the rest of the house on fire. We like hear his boots walking throughout the rest of the house. And then he starts dousing her in gasoline and then just lights her on fire. And kind of a cool, okay, here's the thing about the opening. I thought it was really cool. When he walks out, it's Ghostface walking out of Stu Macher's house with the whole thing in flames. Like very almost Peaky Blinders meets Scream. I'm for it. The problem is, and again, I know we're not here, there is no callback to this for the rest of the movie. It means nothing. But anyway,
Well,
I
this
mean,
this is how I took it.
maybe.
Like
I don't know.
I took it as
maybe, but
whoever
no.
Ghostface is, right? Presuming that this is the actual Ghostface, he didn't like the whole tourist museum thing, which is why he torched the house. And I thought, to me, it made me question, well, who wouldn't like that? And my first thought was Stu, because it's his house, right? So I felt that they were using this first scene to like set up like, oh my God, he's
It's-
come
It's
back.
gotta be
Stu.
Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
That's true.
didn't, yeah, they didn't really talk about this incident all that much at all in the rest of the movie, for sure.
Right.
My big thing for this movie, and this is kind of like what I've heard online, is most screams have like a meta, whatever it is, a meta tone to it, a meta like thing they're gonna go for. And a lot of people are saying this one is like a meta on Scream fans and Scream fandom. And so like them burning down this fan house, which is literally just a house for fans, was like another like thing about just fandom. So that's what I've heard.
And you guys know this house exists like 45 minutes from where I live, and they do tours all the time. And it's
Really?
like not that expensive. And I was gonna tell you
Holy
guys, like,
shit.
let's go do one of those
Oh,
tours. And I'm like,
Why
should.
aren't we doing the recording there right
I
now?
know, right now. We
That's
should be there right
your
now. Should.
I'm sure they have
crazy.
rules against that. Yeah.
No, that's probably
Probably.
true. That's probably true. Yeah.
So that's the big opener. Scream always
Yeah.
starts with like a banger of an opener. So that's,
I liked it. I liked the
that's
opening.
it.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was good. I just wish more tied into it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Yeah.
so next scene, we meet Tatum, who is Sydney's 17-year-old daughter, I guess. And this scene is awesome because it is like almost word for word
Yeah.
like a very nostalgic scene from Scream 1 where her boyfriend, who's named Ben, he comes in through her window and he's saying all the things that Billy said to Sydney in Scream 1, and he's even doing like the hand motions.
Yeah, he's like
oh
that.
man. Yeah. And it got me thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we meet her. We meet her boyfriend Ben, who already seems pretty sus.
His face is so shady looking. Like,
I know.
it's so funny to me. My thing is like we talked about in like all the Smile movies, the casting has to be, let me see your smile. I feel like Scream movies, you have to be like, if you're a male, you gotta look fucking creepy as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, other than like the Gooding kid, who's just like gorgeous, you know what I mean? Like, but was to me never a suspect in any of those movies. But like, yeah, this kid and then the other kid we're about to meet, they just look fucking sus from hell. I was just like, both these guys, they just look so weird, you know, and not negatively.
Yeah.
Like they're both like fine looking kids, but it's just
Well,
like they look weird. They
does
look
that just mean
sus.
that actually probably tells to their skill for turning on the weird look? Like,
I think it's just their faces.
No, the Ben guy is
biologically they look weird. Yeah.
They just look sus.
I don't have the actor's name in front of me, but the guy who plays
Yeah.
Ben, like, he's an attractive male
Yeah, but
child.
I don't
mind
know.
you, but
Maybe it's just
I mean-
like to me, he does look like Billy to me. Maybe that's what it is. Like
but he's
looks,
blonde.
Oh.
It's like a Ken doll version of Billy.
Well, it's just the hair, I guess. But
little
to me, it's like the eyes,
Yeah.
the lips, like the jaw structure. Like, it looks very similar. Like, it could be an AI deepfake, like we're going to talk about in a little bit. Like, you know, it just looks so weird. But
Reads his
yeah.
eyes. His eyes are all
Maybe,
big
yeah,
and
I don't know.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so he sneaks in, and of course Sydney's in there. She already is like, Ben, get up! Like, I know you're there. Kicks him out, and Tatum's of course pissed, and then we get to meet the dad. So let's talk about this for a second. So
my
Sydney
God.
goes back into the bedroom after the scene.
After kicking
And
the
we
boyfriend out,
meet-
yeah.
I don't even know where to start. We meet Mark, her husband, who is played by Joel.
Joel
what's his
McHale.
name? Joel
Joel
McHale.
McHale.
Okay, so first of all, you guys have thoughts on Joel McHale in this role.
Yeah. So, like, it's weird. Like, I love Joel McHale in Community, but I kind of literally hate him in everything else.
Yeah.
And I don't really think I like him, like, as a person. Like, I don't know, he kind of comes off as like a douche to me. And I don't know if that's him, if that's just his acting. I don't know. So, like, seeing him in this, like, as the husband, I mean, to me, you're supposed to like him. Like, I'm not supposed to have a negative vibe from seeing him, but I did have a negative vibe in general seeing him. And we're not even talking about, like, the confusion of, like, who actually he is, but just seeing him, I was kind of like, oh, all right, whatever. What about you, Greg, with this guy?
He's the most, and I think this is part. So, oh my God, how do I start this? He's the most like ineffective character in this movie. He's supposed to be the chief of police, the
Yeah, he's the
husband,
police- yeah,
kind of like
chief
the
of police.
stepdad, right? The thing is that I don't know if this was meant to like kind of help provide a contrast to like Sydney's strength, because like you will see right through the rest of the movie, he gets his ass handed to him. He makes decisions. His words are very empty, and his authority is
Yeah.
very powerless. And you know, I feel like I if it was meant to like have to show a foil towards Sydney's strength, I feel like you don't need to do that. I think you can show Sydney as like a badass without having like her husband, who's also the chief of police, be completely ineffectual. Like, I didn't need that. And he says some sus stuff in this scene too. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, let's get into the fact of like who he possibly is. So like
Well,
what? So what is it? So
Yeah.
Scream 3, I watched it. Scream 3, she meets Mark, right? She meets
Mark Kincaid.
Kincaid. Different last name, Mark Kincaid. The end of the movie, they're like eating popcorn, whatever. And then I believe it's
They're
Scream.
together.
I guess, you know, I can't remember. I didn't watch 4. Is he in 4 at all? Are they in 4 at all?
No.
But he's
Well, Sydney is, but she's visiting, and
yeah. And then Scream 5, I believe, or Scream 6, one of the two,
Scream
Mark is
5.
on a phone call, right? But I can't remember. Do you hear his voice? I know
No.
she says Mark, and there's a voice, and she's talking to somebody.
Well,
So, like-
Gail also calls Sydney and reference her. Sydney's like, I think, pushing a stroller with the twin, and she's
With
like,
the
"How's
kid,
Mark
yeah.
and the girls?"
Yeah.
yeah.
So we were all led to believe that this is Mark from Scream 3, that they got together and they had kids and this and that, whatever. So that's why I was very confused, of course, to see Joel McHale too. And then his name is also Mark. And then I'm like, wait, his last name is not Kincaid? They just didn't recast him. They like changed the last name too. And I was like, and then I was confused. That's why I'm talking to Laura. And I'm like, is this like a stepdad? Is Tatum like Kincaid and hers kid?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Like
it's not.
No,
she calls him dad to Tatum. Yeah. It's so confusing though because
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, Greg. You could call him dad if they've been like he's been her stepdad for a long period of time. Maybe, I don't know, but it didn't ever feel like a stepdad situation.
Wow, that was actually lost on me. Interesting.
It's like unless they're gonna save this for an 8th movie, and then it's gonna come back that Tatum is Kincaid's kid, and that different. So now she's married 2 Marks and had children with 2 Marks. I don't know. I don't know why this really bothered me. Mm-hmm. Like Rob, like Rob said, we had a full-on conversation during the movie because at first we were like, did they recast him? And if so, what? Like, why? Why with Joel McHale?
I mean, I did.
And then 2... Okay, keep going.
I was just going to say, I heard online that they did try to get, what's his name? The Kincaid actor, whatever, McDreamy or whatever.
Patrick Dempsey.
Yeah. Dempsey, and he's scheduling conflicts. He couldn't come back. So I think he was written in to be this Mark. Yeah. And then when he couldn't do it, they're like, okay, we're going to go this guy and we're going to change his last name, I guess. Which, to me, that doesn't... I don't know. I wouldn't have done that, but
it really bothered me. But also, I mean, I guess they never really say stepdad or real dad. I mean, to me, especially when I saw it the second time, it did feel like he was Tatum's dad. But I agree. I was like, is he the stepdad? Like,
it just drew us off for the first 15 minutes of this movie because I just kept thinking. Me and Laura were talking. It takes you out of the movie. And that's that thing you don't want in a movie. You don't want to be taken out of the movie, like trying to figure out what the hell is happening right now. Who's this? Why is this name different?
I thought he was the stepdad simply because he never interacts with Tatum.
Yes, not until the end.
Like
at the end, yes.
It's always indirectly through Sydney. So like that would be typical of like what a step parent like doesn't get involved with the parenting. You know.
Yeah.
So like that's so weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But then if that's the case, why not just say that like up front?
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like have like a 3-second segment where he's just like, "Oh, that's your daughter." You know, it's something. Just throw it like example, that. You know.
In this first scene here, he's just chilling in the bed reading a book, and he's like, she's not the first one to let a boy sneak into her room. Bro, if you're the biological dad, you're not gonna go to the room and like kick the boy out yourself. Like, what kind of dad are you? Like, I don't know. Like, she's underage, and he's just like, "You think they're doing it?" Like, bro, what? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I mean, I guess in what you were saying earlier, like they don't need a character to overshadow Sydney, though. I mean, she's gonna be on her shit and like a strict mom.
Yeah, right? That's true. So she's gonna kind of take lead on that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spend any more time talking about these.
Sorry.
You know, I mean, I do want to know, like, anybody listening, anybody watching on YouTube, like, let us know in the comments, like, do you feel like us that it was 1, confusing, and 2, just unneeded, like this whole character arc and shit like that? So
or are you like, I'm turning these 3 off because this is such a ridiculous like hill to die on?
You just lost all the community fans.
I know.
Let's move on. Okay. So it's the next day. We find out that Sydney does also have 2 other younger like twin daughters, and they're conveniently staying at Mark's mom's house in Denver, which no, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna move past that. And we're really getting a sense that like Sydney and Tatum they're not connecting as like mother-daughter. Tatum comes out wearing Sydney's leather jacket from Scream 2. This was like one of the only Easter eggs in the movie, by the way. But so I thought that was really cool. Recognized it right away. Sydney has like a reaction, like take it off. So, they're just not doing great.
Yeah, I think it mostly just stems from like Tatum like wants to know more, and Sydney doesn't want to tell her more. And it's like, it just stems from that, like not wanting to talk about it, So it's like
outside of the books and movies that have been made, like she hasn't told Tatum anything. So Tatum only knows what she's read or like seen.
Yeah.
So they're not connecting. We see Sydney, she's living a really nice life. She runs a cafe called the Little Latte, manages it. So she's at work at the Little Latte, and we meet the next teen in like the friend group, who is Lucas. Who, I mean,
another creepy kid,
creepy motherfucker.
You know who he looked like? You know who he looked like to me? He looked like the kid from Wednesday, the main like bad kid from Wednesday. But like the part where like he starts to transform into the fucking spoilers. He starts to transform into the Hyde, and his eyes get big. This kid's eyes were like giant in his head.
Yeah.
It was just the hair, I guess, to me, and his like big old eyeballs and shit. But
He
For me,
actually
it's the
reminded me
eyes.
of Jack Nicholson's son, the guy from Scream 2. What's
oh,
his
Ray
name?
Nicholson, Ray
Yeah,
Nicholson.
I don't know why.
Oh,
But he
wow,
kind of had
okay.
that creepy
Alright.
look to him.
Yeah, creepy kid,
Yeah.
another creepy kid. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not only does he look creepy, but he is creepy. He like he asks Sydney, he's like, "Oh, did you see Dateline about the ghost face?" And she's just like, "I don't want to talk about this." And then that's where Anna Camp's character Jess comes in, and she is Lucas's mom. And she's like, "Lucas, like, why are you asking Sydney all these questions?" So, we learn right away that Jess is like Sydney's friend and confidant,
neighbor,
and they're
like next door neighbor.
neighbors.
This
Yeah.
is
I
this
hated
is the
that line though,
Oh,
where
go
he
for it,
was
Greg.
like, it's like his mom comes in and then he's like, "I'm a crime junkie, mom. It's my thing. Like, I really want to start a podcast." I was just like, oh, it's just so.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
heavy-handed.
know. I know, Greg. You have problems with dialogue in this
I
movie,
do,
right?
I do,
So, is this
yeah.
the first scene that the dialogue was starting to rub you the wrong way, or was like Tatum and the boyfriend right away in the beginning bugging you?
No, they were okay because I knew they were paying homage to part one.
Okay,
and
so
like,
this is the beginning then.
this was the first one where I was just like,
You're
"Ooh,
cringing.
we're in for a rough ride here."
It's funny too. In the theater, me and Laura were sitting right next to each other, and right when Anna Camp walked in, Laura like fucking looked at me, like,
I knew.
just look. And
I
I was
knew
like,
she was involved.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what are you? I was almost like, what are you fucking looking at me for? Like, what is it? Like, it's
Yeah.
just whatever. But I was just like, oh, all right. I didn't really think that. I didn't think that up front, but we'll see. We'll see down the road.
Obviously, without a spoiler, I'm just saying that in that moment, I was like 99% sure that she
Wow.
was either going to
Spidey
be a
senses.
ghost face or involved somehow, because Anna Camp is a big actress. I didn't really remember that she was going to be in this movie. And also, she can play crazy really fucking well. We've seen her play crazy in other roles.
Where have you seen her play it?
so-
I only
It's
watch her in
just
Pitch
like-
Perfect.
I mean, I think True Blood, she plays
okay.
crazy.
I never
Like,
see True
and,
Blood.
and I also even feel like her character in Pitch Perfect, Rob, is like...
Oh yeah, I mean,
know,
there's
she's
scenes
kinda-
where she like goes crazy and starts to like when she's talking about wanting to barf
Yeah.
and shit. She's like, I'm not gonna hold it back.
I swear she was in something else. I'll have to look it up and get back to you guys. But yeah,
Well,
she's...
I wanted to ask you, Laura. Does that ruin the reveal at the end to you when you kind of like you did guess it very early on?
Well,
does
the
that-
reveal was ruined for a bunch of other reasons. It had nothing to do with Anakin.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just hate like when you like guess something when you watch a movie and you guess it so early and then you're right at the end, but it's like almost
Yeah,
takes
because then
out the
it
shock.
sort of feels like the movie didn't. You convince yourself that the movie didn't make you work hard enough because you
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
But
from
the thing
people who are
is
like, "Oh, I guessed
that-
it early on."
I mean, the thing is, though, is that with Screams, there's more than one.
Yeah, so you
And
don't
I
know.
think that we'll say straight up, I'm sure anyone listening knows this. Like, this whole movie is it or isn't it Stu? I mean, we either Stu's involved or he's not, but that is like the big question.
Yeah.
And one that you don't know until the very end.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
I think
Yeah.
that still keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
So another quick thing that does happen that's important to know for later is when she's serving coffee at the Little Latte, there's like this weird dude named
Oh,
Carl.
yeah.
His coffee cups is Carl, who like orders a coffee from Sydney.
with a
and
K. Yeah, Carl with a K.
Yeah, Carl with the
He's edgy.
I don't know why. For some reason, I was like, oh wow. I don't know if it's that. I don't know. I thought it was like normally with the C, but I guess with the K is like edgier. I guess I don't know.
Anyway, that's important later. That's it. That's the scene. But
I immediately thought that guy's the killer.
K for killer.
K for killer. It's him.
just any old Joe Schmo walking around in this movie.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So anyway, we go back to Tatum, and now we meet Tatum's like girlfriends.
Her friends.
So she's got two really good friends. Hannah, who's played by McKenna Grace. She's been in like everything lately.
I know. She's becoming like a little scream queen herself. She's like in a lot of
she's
horror
been
shit.
in other horror stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't she? No. That was never mind.
Okay, all right,
Anyway, cut that out.
Leaving it in.
Leaving it in. And then her other friend is Chloe, which I've recognized her too, but I can't
Yeah.
put my finger on it. But anyway, so they're walking to school, and very quick scene getting to know these friends. We don't get to know them very well in this scene.
Yeah.
Ben swings by and like gives them a lift to school.
I like how Tatum walked out of the house with a leather jacket anyway. She was like, I don't give a fuck. She was wearing it.
She was wearing
No,
it.
she changed. She did? I thought she changed into a different
No.
jacket.
She was wearing it. Remember, because
Oh.
Sydney came back in and they had a conversation about like they had the whole conversation about like you won't tell me in your past, and she's like it's written in books, and then she was eventually like you can wear the jacket if you want, and then so she.
Oh, I
did.
thought she
wore
was
the,
like, I'm good. Like, I've
No.
got my other jacket on.
She did walk out of the house in the jacket though. Yeah.
We're getting caught up in every little detail. I love it.
I know.
This is like Scream the way
ultimate Scream
I love
7
it.
review
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably look like Charlie Day when I talk about it. I'm like, and then him, and this, and
You got like
that.
a wall of like, storyboards
And then there's 2 marks, and we got to
string.
figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay, so all of these friends do theater together. That's like the thing that they all have in common. And so they've got rehearsal after school. And all the friends are there. And it's super funny. Like Hannah is flying around on like the strings or whatever. And then poor Tatum is like in a dog suit. This whole thing was so weird. Like out of all the plays they're doing,
I thought
why?
originally it was like Tinkerbell or something like that, or something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. But then I'm like, why the fuck is there a dog here? I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah, anytime you
Like,
have
that
a
was weird.
fairy and like a walking dog, just don't ask questions.
It's
No one
really
knows what it's
whatever.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the rehearsal's not going great because Tatum like eats shit in the dog suit. And then, they had this teacher, like director of the play. God, and this kind of sets the tone for like how Tatum like sees herself and sees her mom for the rest of the movie. But he's just like, tells her straight to her face in front of everyone else. Like, you're so timid. You're not confident. I'm surprised as like Sydney's daughter that you don't have more grit. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
That's
This guy.
This is like
I know.
I feel like a line ripped out of that movie Whiplash or whatever with Miles Teller. Have you seen that?
I
Where,
love
like,
that movie.
I'm like,
I love that movie.
it makes sense in that movie, but here I'm like, well, come on, this is, and they even mentioned it. This isn't like a class A Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Right.
like, come on, is that realistic? But it
Yeah.
it serves the purpose of like her questioning her confidence and her grit
Yeah.
or whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
it
I don't
just
know. I didn't like that line.
Yeah, it just felt like something no theater person would fucking ever say.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just fucking weird. Yeah.
Weird. So Tatum's all upset. She goes down into like the wardrobe area with Ben to like get out of her dog suit or whatever. So another like creepy scene with them, and they're like making out or whatever. And so we go back to Sydney.
You didn't find that
what?
real like romantic? They were kind of like bonding back there.
Oh, she was like pretty much asking like, "Why do you like me? Like, why do you like me?" And he's like, "A lot of reasons." He's like, "The way you make me laugh, like the way you like say something, and I'll think about it later." It was kind of cute, But his face is still creepy as us, so
Yeah,
it
that's
doesn't
okay. That's
doesn't work on me.
That washes away all of that.
Washes it all
actually.
away.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we go back to Sydney, and Sydney is getting a phone call, the first official
Oh yeah,
phone
this
call.
is it. This is it.
And she, handles it like a badass, like she always does.
Yeah.
And so she gets the first call, and she immediately records it. Like she sees
Yeah.
it's coming from Woodsboro or unknown number, whatever. She like records it, keeping her cool. And he's acting like Ghostface because he is. And he's like, "Oh, I missed you in Woodsboro, and I missed you in New York." So you kind of tying in the whole like New York story. And then she's just telling him like, "Oh, like you're always hiding, whatever. I'm not scared of you." And then he's like, "Well, this time I'm gonna like show you who I am." And so he FaceTime requests
Yeah,
her,
and he FaceTimes her. Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah, and then she like takes it to her computer, and then you have like the big reveal. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I knew Matthew Lillard was in this movie. You didn't. You said you didn't even know he was going to be back in it, Laura.
No, I just didn't know if he was going to be like a big part of it, or if it was just teasing us to get us to go see Scream 7. Like, is it Stu? Is it not? I didn't know like how much. I figured he was going to be in it a little bit, but
Yeah. So
I didn't know how much.
his face pops up, and it's really cool. I like the way what they did with like the practical effects of the makeup. Of like making his face scarred looking.
Yeah,
like,
he looks old. He's got like kind
Yeah.
of bad skin and like as if you could tell he's clearly aged.
yeah, but also just like from somebody who would have gotten a TV dropped on their face, it would have gotten
Yeah.
cut up.
Yeah.
And so like he would have scars all over his face. I thought that was cool. I thought that was a cool
Yeah.
practical effect to do. I did like that. What did you think of like Matthew Lillard's first little like scene, Greg?
I kind of hated it actually.
Oh,
oh no!
Wow.
I
I'm
hated it because,
surprised.
and I'm just gonna say this right now, like his involvement in this movie didn't work for me. I feel like the way that they did it,
Wow.
they just
Hmm.
dropped him on in front of the camera. It's showtime, bitch. Like the whole thing. Was it a Freddy line, by the way? It might be. Oh yeah, actually, that's a
I think it
callback to
is.
Nightmare
Hmm.
3. Anyway, um, but I feel like okay, you immediately are thrust into this dilemma of is it real or is it not? And of course, we'll talk about like one of the hugest themes in this movie is AI. That's what everyone's talking about now. It's in social media, it's in society right now.
Hmm.
So the question is it actually him making these threats or
Hmm.
is it not? Now, the problem is with this scene, either way that you go, I feel like it does a disservice to him. If
Hmm.
it's not him by the end of the movie and it was fake, I feel like the actor Matthew Lillard was real. He was there, so you kind of like you suck out that energy that because he was never part of it in the first place. But then if it actually is him, you're not giving him a proper reveal. Like a someone with that
Right.
much like gravity should come in at the height of like maybe
Hmm.
an hour into the movie, reveal it or
Yeah.
toward the end. But like either way that you slice it, I feel like it does a disservice to him, you know? Like I appreciate
That's
that they brought him
such
back,
a
but
good point.
was not a fan of
Oh,
that.
Greg, you're
That's
so right. It
crazy,
was a
man. That's
lose-lose
crazy.
either
Lose
way.
Hmm.
lose, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that
I mean,
definitely. Yeah. Okay.
I loved it. I like really dug it. I really dug like everything he was saying. I like the callback lines, like the nostalgia. Like I thought it was cool. I really really liked it. Yeah. Like to me, nothing he could have said and done, I would have like not liked.
But were you surprised that it happened so early? Or
Well,
did that throw you
yeah.
off?
I guess. I mean, I was like kind of shocked to be like, holy shit! Like he's there right away. Like this is where we're going. This is
Yeah.
awesome. You know, I was excited. You know, I had
I
just
was
gotten
surprised.
yeah, I had
Yeah.
just gotten over thinking of Joel McHale, and so like finally I get to think of this guy now. So
Okay, by contrast, that kind of helps.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
there's
it
two
was
marks
good.
and there's a stew? No way.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is crazy.
So I loved it. I really thought it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. So Stu's on the call and he shows that he's right outside of like they live in Pine Grove High School, where Tatum is. That's why he's got the whole line like it's showtime, bitch. So she hangs up. She calls Mark. She's like, "Get the police there. I'm heading over." And so now we're back on the stage, and it's just Hannah and some random kid, like
He's
some
like the
techie
tech
in the
person or
back.
whatever. Hmm.
Yeah. And so she's practicing. She's having trouble with like the suspension wires and swinging all around. And then all of a sudden, I think his name was Aaron. All of a sudden, Aaron's gone. She's like, Aaron. She's like calling for him. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
And so the lights go out. The spotlight goes on her, and then Ghostface has control of the controls, and he's just making her fly all around, which was pretty funny. I don't know. I mean, this one I was like, okay, this is pretty great. And then, really, this actually was one of my favorite Ghostface entrance scenes. Was the way the set was is there was like a staircase that went up to a door, and he just like busts through the door like at the top of the staircase. I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty badass.
I really like her reaction of like, what the fuck? I
Yeah,
really like I
Yeah.
liked her reaction. I thought that was fucking cool. Yeah.
yeah.
She's a good actress. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then he
So
just
she's like, oh, yeah.
then he just
you know,
starts
like,
slashing her as she's swaying back and forth. You know, like first he slashes like her forearm, I think, and blood shoots out, then like her leg or something, blood shoots out. And then he just like stabs her in the stomach, like a hole there. And then he does like the ultimate ending of like it's swinging over and he just puts the knife up. He just goes
Right.
boom like that. And then like the whole entrail of stomach just flies
Yeah.
out on the floor.
ugh.
Like
At
I don't
first,
know. I don't know
yeah.
if reality, if like you cut someone like that, if everything's gonna
No.
fly out like that, but it was really, like we said, going from the opening kill, it's just really, really brutal and like bloody and gory, like crazy. What
Right.
did you think, Greg?
Yeah, I was actually
Stop there.
questioning. So like you can see him like you see Ghostface's hands on the control panel. He's like operating the wires going up and down, up and down. And at first I was confused why if he could put her down on the floor, why doesn't he just leave her there? Why like put her just out of range of his like knife
Hmm.
swiping until he does that final kill? Then I realize he's just playing with her like a piñata.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I actually thought that was like in a very like grotesque way, like a cool way to show like he doesn't give F about. He's just gonna kill people as brutally as he can. I don't know. I thought it was a cool scene.
Yeah. My only issue with this scene was that I knew Hannah for like 5 seconds.
Oh,
and
she
so
should have
this
had
was
way-
another.
I agree.
This was another thing for me. I was like, and this continued throughout the rest of the movie. Was
Exactly.
I did not.
I didn't
get
care for
to
any of the
know
friends.
these friends
Yeah.
or the
100%.
boyfriend
Absolutely.
at all.
I wanted more
Like,
Hannah, actually.
I agree. Yeah, that was like the positive of Scream 5 and 6, especially Scream 5 introducing, Sam Carpenter and like Jenna Ortega's character and like the twins. Like, you got the core four for a lot of the movie, like back and forth, having dinner together. Like, you really got to know them before shit got real. And in this movie, it's like you don't know any of these friends before they're fucking gone. So like, yes, their deaths are cool and gruesome, but the negative is like, I don't feel like I didn't really care because I don't fucking know
You
them.
didn't have a chance to get to know them. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like the only thing was like kind of a negative to it. I agree.
In
Yeah.
Scream 1 and 2, you got to know the friends and like the people that were in Sydney's life for a long time. And dare I say, even 4. Even 4,
Yeah.
like you got to know those kids pretty damn well.
Yeah,
Didn't
I don't know if
thought of them, but
I don't know if it was just them trying to like flip the script, being like, we're just gonna kill people early. I don't know, but it kind of just didn't work. Yeah, you just didn't really care for the character because you don't fucking know them. I mean, she literally had like 5 lines before she's dead.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then what,
so
Sydney runs in.
Sydney shows up. Yeah, shows up, sees Hannah, and then she's got a gun, so she starts shooting at him. But he gets away, of course. And then Tatum comes up the stairs and is like, "Oh my god." And so next scene, like they've got everyone packed in, and the police are questioning everybody. They're questioning the director, all the friends. Really
direct-
good
Don't
scene.
forget his line, by
The
the way.
direct,
Come
yeah,
on,
say it,
Rob.
Greg. It was a
I
say it,
don't
Greg.
Oh my
It was
god, who would do something like this? We don't even have an understudy.
Your
Your
God.
lead actress just got murdered on a stage, brutally like
Yeah.
a piñata, and that's what you have to say?
This guy was fucking...
Okay, bro.
Yeah, they were going over alibis and shit, and it cuts to him, and he's like, I went home, I had a white spritz, I had a little dinner. And he's just like, this fucking guy, dude. I'm like, oh, I wanted you to fucking kill this guy.
Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
Man.
Usually in Screams, they like get rid of someone where you're like, yeah, like
Yeah, I
really
know,
wanted that to happen.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was the missed opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sydney is like very much suspicious of Ben because
Oh,
she
yeah.
she tells us in the scene that he's really good with computers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so now we've got this whole like the deep fake AI and all this BS. And so she's like, Ben can't come home with us, and Tatum's of course upset because she doesn't think it's. Oh yeah. Okay, so next scene they go back to their house and Sydney's like, get your go bag, we're out of here. And she's like, I unpacked that ages ago. So they're like trying to leave. And the police did do a sweep of the house. Like we see them do that. But motherfucker, one of the ghost faces has been hiding up in the goddamn attic.
Yeah, that's great.
That's really good.
AI
I thought
background.
that was a
scene,
pretty cool
actually.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the scene. Yeah, do you want to describe the scene? How you just like descends down? I mean, it's so cool.
Oh yeah. Like, so everyone, it's cool. The shot is like you see it in my background, just straight down the hall, and everyone goes to their respective rooms to pack their bags and go. Like, and that was just a perfect moment for the camera to stay still and Ghostface kind of come in like contortionist or like a parkour. Just the door opens to the attic and he just slinks down. And you're like, oh, which way is he gonna go? It's just such a cool shot. I think this is actually Rob. You mentioned this kind of looks AI generated. So, maybe
None of the
we're
actors
AI
are even
generated.
there. Maybe
Yeah.
they just
Hopefully-
like signed on to use their image. Yeah.
Hopefully our fucking YouTube video doesn't get marked as AI now. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
But yeah, this scene's actually pretty cool because Sydney had just been in with Tatum in her room, and then she like runs across the hall to like go talk to Mark real quick, and then in that moment, like the lights go out, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like they already know what's going on. They're like, "Oh my god, Tatum!" And when they go out in the hallway, we just see Tatum like come out with Ghostface, and he's got the knife to her throat. So this scene, I seeing it a second time, I might be reaching here, but I do think that this scene helps the whole like, does Mark have any relationship with his daughter? Because they're kind of looking at each other during the scene and giving each other like these eyes.
Yeah,
and then
nonverbal.
he says, and
He's
then
like,
what
drop.
does he say?
He says drop.
He says drop. It's like it had been practiced, which
Yeah.
again, I might be reaching here, but I like that because we probably all assumed Sydney would have taught her daughter like survival skills, having been through everything she'd been through. She hasn't.
She doesn't want to do anything with her. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's great that Mark, who's like chief of police, clearly has like taught Tatum some shit. Thank God.
You know what? He should teach himself some shit though. Gets his ass handed to him the rest of the movie. Please talk about this.
So Mark and fucking the Ghostface are like fighting in like this little like nook area and shit back and forth, and there's a couple decent hits in there. You know, Ghostface goes for it. But then I like when fucking Sydney jumps in. She starts giving knees to Ghostface and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, those are some good moves and shit.
Not her first time. Yeah.
Yeah, but then Mark gets fucking hit and he like falls
he gets
down the
knocked
fucking
out. He, like,
stairs
yeah,
and bonks his head and shit.
And by the way, okay, like now, without talking or revealing who the Ghostfaces were, knowing who they were, he got thrown down the stairs by either or both.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
No,
wait. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about who it is.
Well,
we're gonna talk about who it is.
Well, we're not there yet. Oh no, my camera won't do it.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not there yet because this is kind of a cool scene. Sydney takes Tatum into like a safe room in the house.
Panic room.
Yeah, panic room. I honestly wish they had like more scenes in there. That was
Yeah,
pretty
me
cool.
too. That's a cool. It kind
Because
of
of
reminds
course
me of like
Sydney
Laurie
has one.
Strode in the new Halloween movies, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, yeah. These are the things that brought me little bits of joy throughout the movie. I'm trying to highlight them because at the end I probably
Okay, I'm
have
gonna
a
take
lot
it
more
back down
negative.
because why the fuck did they leave that room?
Yeah.
Well, because they want to get out, which that's always been Sydney's thing. Like, but also
No,
it
she
seemed
said-
like
she
he
said
was
after-
busting in. He was
No,
like
she-
busting
He's
in.
gonna bust in through a panic room
No.
door. They're meant to be like fortified.
No, she was saying I have to go get your dad. That's what.
Yeah,
That's why
I
she
got
left.
it.
She had to
I missed
go
that.
get Mark.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
Tatum's
Yeah.
like, I gotta come with you.
Yeah.
So super claustrophobic scene. They're like going through the walls of the house, and Ghostface can hear them. He can hear them like
It's a cool
talking,
sequence.
breathing and moving. Yeah, and so this sequence is pretty cool. He's like putting his knife through the wall, and they're just like trying to avoid that. Sydney, I think Sydney has a metal bat.
Do the bat.
What she has? She has a
Yeah.
bat. So she like bends his knife at one point. But then he finds like a fire poker, I think.
Yeah, that
And
was
so
cool.
then, I mean, that unfortunately is going to go all the way through. So then he's doing
jabbing
that.
through the
Yeah.
drywall.
he's
I love that
jabbing.
actually.
Yeah, that was a really cool scene. He actually gets Sydney's arm, but you know,
Yeah, he
she's
gets
a
her.
badass, so it doesn't matter. So they end up getting out, and we see Mark and Ghostface are still going out at like in the street of the neighborhood. And then all of a sudden, a car just nails Ghostface and runs him over and kills him.
Yeah.
And who is driving the
brutally
car?
too. Really brutally too. The way he got run over. Yeah. And then like, the door opens and Gail Weathers comes out. Like, and the music hits into like it's a great intro for
It's a
her.
great Gale.
It's a good
scene.
intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I don't know though. As soon as that happened, like, didn't you immediately know? Oh, whoever is behind the mask isn't the killer.
Well, like we said, we've always known there's multiple. So like,
yeah,
I knew right away this is
Either
gonna
that,
be.
okay, either that not the true killer, or either that or an inconsequential killer. I feel like not even an hour has passed in the movie. So like for me, I feel like the mystery and the tension was taken out. Like it was very self-evident. Like he's not
Yeah.
the main guy.
Well,
Whoever it winds up being.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the reveal and who it is actually, and then we'll like get into
Yeah.
a little bit because I do have something I want to say. But also with Gail, you got the twins show up.
got the twins.
The twins show up, which to
yeah.
me, it's the magic in all these movies. Like I love these two. I love the
I do
actors. They're so good in these roles. They're back and forth for like 3 seconds. I care more about that than anybody else in this movie.
Yeah,
Like there's, I don't know what it is. They're just like magic on screen.
I love them.
it's crazy.
Too. I totally agree. 5 and 6, they were a highlight, and I
Yeah.
was always so scared they were going to die in 5 and 6 because I loved them so much.
Yeah.
And it's two things. It's like, well, it's multiple things. They're really good actors, the two of
Mm-hmm.
them. They have great brother sister twin chemistry with each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's the fact that they are, you know, they were introduced in Scream 5. They were actually related to Randy. That he was their uncle.
Yeah.
Right, he's
And-
the uncle. Yeah.
Chad, not so much, but Mindy very much has this like
She's Randy.
really cool
She's the Randy.
female Randy energy, and she
Yeah.
always brings that scene to
Yeah.
5, 6, and 7 now, and she brings that scene that just is like
The
so
rules
nostalgic.
and shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about the rules and what this movie's gonna be,
love
and
her.
like yeah, I love her. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
so
but now the dumb reveal. Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's around the ghost face and they're like, let's reveal it, and they pull it off, and it's fucking Carl with a K. It's Carl with the K from the coffee
We
shop.
saw him one time. He
Yeah.
didn't speak.
Yeah, now he's kind of cross-eyed. He's dead in the street, And I was like, whatever. And I get what you're saying, Greg. My thing was like, I heard this movie was going to be like AI. It was going to be AI, deep fake. You have the opening scene of in the stew house of the like motion sensor of the ghost face. So for me, I think I talked to you guys about this after the movie. I wanted this reveal to be a robot. I wanted it to be like a fucking robot.
I would have been
Oh my
pissed.
God. No, I'm with
Like
you.
I was going.
That's awesome.
Like I said, I knew they were doing AI stuff. I wanted it to be like this movie is like technology. Like this is like a robot, like fucking man. That's what I wanted. So I was definitely let down when it was just.
I'd have done that.
I was as much as you were just let down, Greg, because you knew this guy was insequential. My thing was I was let down. He was just human. I was like, this is.
Jesus Christ.
I was just like, this is fucking lame. Like if we're gonna, my thing with a lot of this movie is like, if you're gonna go there, then fucking go there.
Go balls to the wall.
Go
right?
balls
Don't
to
go
the
halfway.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna be like, we're gonna go technology and AI, then fucking do it. Go crazy with it. Why not? This movie is already gonna be like whatever, like a weird meld of like franchises meeting together. Do something fucking weird. Do something crazy. Pull the mask off as a fucking cyborg. Like I don't give a shit. Do something different.
It's like Freddy in Space. It's okay to have one of these random
It'd
movies
been
as long
cool
as we get another one.
If we get like a callback to like when the house burned down in the first scene, that robot was sentient and he like escaped the house and was pissed off.
Oh my God, you guys are writing a new Scream 7.
Wow, yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
Okay, if we're gonna write a Scream 7, we have to be able to top this next Academy Award-winning line where Gail goes, "Who the fuck was that?" And then someone goes, "Nobody knows the guy? That's weird." And then someone else goes, "Yeah, that's weird. It's always somebody you know."
Greg is so
add
mad.
5 more lines where we say the same thing in just different ways? It's someone that's weird. We know them. No, it's weird. Come on, please.
Yeah.
We're writing the next one, Rob. Me and you with robots and cyborgs.
I mean, like I get it. Like this was definitely done to like throw people. Like this has never been done before, where like a ghost face is revealed and killed early on in the movie. Like it's pretty cool. But like it was definitely like anticlimactic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
But they do say his name's Carl Allen Gibbs. He's a triple murderer and that he escaped from a nearby psychiatric facility. This doesn't help, but at least you're like...
He could be a killer.
Yeah, he's just a killer.
He is a killer.
I guess.
He is a
Okay,
killer.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
He's murdered.
Greg's defending him already. He's defending him. Yeah. He's like, well,
Yeah.
is he? Yeah.
But no, like, everyone's like, this was too easy. There's more.
Yeah.
This isn't over. Like, everyone knows that, right?
Yeah.
And the big question is still, is it Stu? Right? I mean, this is still, it's okay that one ghost face is down. You're still like, this could still be Stu.
The other one
Who
could be
knows?
Stu, yeah.
So, like a few minutes later, they're in the house. Police are there. Gail's there. Whatever. And Sydney's phone rings again, and it's the Stu, or maybe not Stu, AI Stu, whatever. And I think Gail calls him an AI asshole, which like her lines are so over the top, but because it's Gail, I just chuckle.
Yeah.
I love her. I don't know,
Yeah.
Greg. Are you not about anything Gail says?
You know what? It's weird because like I associate her with Friends still. So it's like the line that she dropped where she was like, "I have some nerve damage from the attack in New York. I'm glad you sat that one out. It was brutal." Something about the delivery felt so forced, and like, did we have to call back to the old movie and explain why Sydney wasn't there like that, ham-fisted? Like, it just, and I don't know, like something seemed empty with her delivery, like in this whole thing.
I see what you're saying, but I do feel like Gail and even Dewey, they tend to do this in the movies. They have lines like this. So for me, it wasn't uncommon. Yeah.
We do have to mention right before the scene where they are inside, there is a scene. Anna Camp's the only other scene in this movie is outside with Gail. Anna Camp and her son are like checking on Sydney and whatever. And then Gail comes up to them and she's kind of like talking to the son, like being like, "Look at you, creepy guy. I bet you like horror movies." And he's like, "Yeah, I love them," And she's like, pretty much saying like, "Oh, like everybody's a suspect." And then Anna Camp is like, "Leave my son out of this." And then she leaves. And then Anna Camp is like telling the son, like, "Don't ever like go to the house again." And that's it. Like she has 2 scenes in this movie. Like she has the opening in the coffee shop, and she has this scene. Like that's it really. So So you can't really forget her
definitely
in the
like
scene.
Lucas. I mean, they're trying to make all I think they're trying to make the boyfriend and Lucas, the neighbor kid, like seem like possible suspects, and Stu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. That is an important scene. So Sydney and Gail, they decide to go to the psychiatric facility and see what they can learn about Carl, because they're just like, how does this make any sense? And we also get a little bit of information. They call in to like the coroner for Woodsboro to find out that there was never any paperwork on Stu. And it was just like an error, like he either got lost or maybe he really did never show up. So that's another like, red herring.
possibility.
Or that somebody else was
alive.
trying to fake his death.
Yeah.
That was a speculation.
Yes, yeah. So they go to the psychiatric facility, and we meet. Well, first of all, Ethan Embry. I haven't seen this guy in a long time. I used to love it, like everything that he was in. I mean, did they make him look like that, or is he just
he's
old?
just getting old. Yeah,
Aw,
Because
Ethan
I watch
Embry.
him. I watch him on a Netflix show called Grace and Frankie, which is like a really funny show. And he plays
in
one of
that
the sons
show?
on that. Yeah, he plays one of the sons. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh,
But his
okay.
hair, his,
But
his hair,
anyway.
his hairline was not as far back as it is in this movie.
Yeah.
So he's definitely looking
Yeah.
older. Yeah.
So that was a big surprise, because I'm like, that's also kind of another bigger name, and like I had no idea he was going to be in this movie.
Okay.
So that was kind of weird. He's just playing like an
orderly.
like a orderly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think his name is Marco. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
So-
I didn't know his name.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Marco, so they're, he's talking about Carl and like, oh yeah, he was really troubled, and this was his room, and we even see in Carl's room that he was obsessed with the stab movies. So okay, fine. Like maybe there's a little connection there of why he probably targeted Sydney, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they decide to show Marco the Stu, the AI
Picture of
Stu
Stu.
that's been calling. And Marco is like, oh yeah, that's John Doe. Like he was here, he came in the 90s, didn't know who he was, he like lost his memory. And they were like, where is he? And he says he was released 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And it was like saying like him and Carl were like best friends and
Him and
this
Carl
and
were
that.
best
Yeah.
friends. So this is wild, because now you're like, oh my God, Stu's alive.
Right.
Yeah.
This whole thing ends up being a total lie, which I don't think Scream has ever done before, where they just give us completely false information.
Wait, okay, is
maybe.
it in Marco's
What?
interest to lie to them though?
Well, we're not there yet. We're
Of course,
not
but
there.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
like
Okay.
elaborate.
Yeah, to
Okay.
where
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're bending reality.
So we're back now with like all the kids, right? And Mindy and Chad are like hanging out at Tatum's house, hanging out with Tatum. Her dad's like off doing God knows fuck what. And Mindy is like, she's already like, I think it's the neighbor kid. He's super sus. And then Mindy's telling Tatum like, it's one of your friends. That's who it is. And it's likely your boyfriend. No, you don't want to hear that. And she's saying that like the best thing we can do is get everyone in a room together so like we can figure it out.
Yeah.
And Tatum's like, well, there's a curfew and I have to sneak out like past my dad, but I can make that happen. I can get like Lucas and Ben and Chloe and everyone together. And so they kind of get that plan going.
Although they
And-
never, to me, they never address the plan, how they get around the dad. They're gone in the next scene.
Well, you know how they get around the dad? Because he goes into the garage, which is under construction,
Yeah.
and gets stabbed, presumably to death, by Ghostface.
oh man.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool sequence using
is,
like the plastic sheeting and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you see
I
a
mean, I
mask
do like
and
that.
don't, and you
Another
know
one of those like fade out.
Yeah.
Laura, you're mentioning like the fade out of like Ghostface
Yeah.
behind the
like
sheets.
that.
That was cool.
yeah, it's a cool sequence back and forth. Little, I wouldn't even say a fight, but jumps on him and shit. And I do like the scene where like he's pretty much Ghostface is on top of him and he's like underneath the plastic and he's stabbing him, and then it shoots to a POV looking out from the plastic and like blood is splattering, and
Oh,
then like
blood,
the
yeah.
screen kind of goes all red. I really like that shot. It's a cool shot. There's multiple shots in this movie that are really good. I do have to say Kevin Williamson did a good job in directing this movie. The writing part I don't
Yeah.
really know, but yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he gets stabbed a lot.
Like multiple, a lot.
lot.
Yeah. There's
a
like,
lot.
this movie does a lot of like micro stabs, I've noticed. Just like,
Yeah,
real
and very like fast
you know?
too. Very fast. Yeah, crazy. Like I said, could have been maybe a robot. I don't know. Could have been a robot.
That's true. So anyway, I thought he was dead. I was like, no way anyone's surviving that. But
Yeah.
We'll
yeah.
see.
So that's how they get around the dad not knowing It's not even, he's dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, they
So yeah,
probably
so they
forget.
meet up
I
at
don't know.
the. So does it go back to the bar now, or we go back to
No,
Sydney and
the
Gail?
next scene it goes back to Sydney and Gale, and they decide that they really need to bait him to call again because the police are going to track like
Oh, okay, that's right.
quickly
This is
where
at
this is coming
the
from.
news station, right?
Yeah, and so she's like, "I'm going to give you Gale the thing that you've wanted from the beginning, which is like an interview on TV."
That was a cool line, I
It's
thought.
like this
Did you
is
hate that
really
line,
crazy.
Greg? Did you hate that line?
You know what? This actually fell into the category of what you mentioned just back then, Laura, which is she's known for saying these types of lines. And that one, like, I didn't like it, but I thought this is something that she would say. So I
Okay, all
accepted
right.
it.
You give
It
it to
came
her.
through
Okay.
the gates,
All right.
yes,
Okay.
into my
All right.
heart.
This movie has a lot of like it switches back and forth between the groups like
Yeah.
quite often.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now we're back to the bar. Now we Tatum gets the twins in.
Okay.
Chloe lets everyone in. It's like her family's bar. And so yeah, really funny scene because like Chad is openly being like, I think it's the boyfriend, and Mindy's openly being like, I think it's you, Lucas. And they're just like telling them that to their
You
face or
creepy
whatever.
guy. I think it's creepy guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is where Mindy does her like
Her
Randy
Randy.
speech.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny because Chad's like, please don't do this. Please don't go into this again. And she says that this time it's all about nostalgia. This is like gonna be the theme of the killings, the movie, obviously. And then she has a line about that the ghost face, he wants Sydney out of retirement. Like she's the original Scream Queen. And so that's like what's probably motivating the killers or whatever. And Ben is like on his computer and he's looking at the AI images of Stu, and he's like, "Yeah, these are like really good. They're either real or they're just like really really good." And then that's when Tatum gets a text that says like, "Oh, your mom's like about to be on TV," or she's like doing an interview on TV. So they turn on the TV and they catch the interview. So the interview's happening and they're asking Stu to call like on the air. They're like, we're going to give you a platform. But he doesn't, of course. And so then Gail starts to talk about Sydney's kids, and Sydney gets like pissed. She's like, you can't talk about my kids. And she
Yeah.
ends the interview pretty abruptly. Yeah. That seems fine,
I did
guess.
like the next little like bit between Gail and Sydney where
backstage.
Sydney is like being like, what would you have done if I would have brought up Dewey?
Yeah.
You know? And she's like, oh, I would have said it was fine. And then there's like a pause and she's like, 'cause that's what I tell myself every day as like a lie or something like that, you know? And I thought that was like a good line.
This
you
was
know,
like
and then
my favorite Gale moment, actually.
yeah, and
'cause
then she
she's
like goes to
actually,
her
like,
purse.
vulnerable.
Yeah. And she like takes a pill or something like that. Like you could
She's
tell
like
like
shaking.
you could tell like it's definitely still hurting, of course, you know what I mean? But she like
Right.
puts on
Well,
a
I
big
mean,
brave face.
Gail's like an older woman now, and she's been through some shit. Like,
Yeah.
really, the all of these characters should be in worse condition than they
Yeah.
were.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But of course, now that they're not on TV anymore and they're not doing the interview anymore, Ghostface calls, and he tells Sydney like, "Guess what? Like Tatum broke curfew and she's at Parker's Tavern, and I'm here too, and I'm about to go kill everybody." And so we get back to the bar now, and Tatum tells Ben like, "I want to go be with my mom. Like, take me to the station." And so he takes her out to his car, and when she gets in his car, his laptop is sitting there, and it's showing images of him like impersonating Stu and all the things that he said in these calls, and then like his face perfectly turning
Yeah.
into Stu's face.
Like does the deep fake, yeah.
So it totally looks like it's Ben. Did you guys think in this moment like, oh shit, it's him?
I think it was the same as like the Carl reveal. Like it's too early to be the reveal.
Yeah.
Like it's not him because we still have 45 minutes left in this movie. Like it can't be their killer reveal already, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't really like buy that, you know. What about you, Greg?
This.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, Laura, go for it.
No. Go ahead. I want to hear what Greg's.
Oh yeah, yeah, same. Like I at first I thought that like the filmmakers kind of slipped up on this part because I thought that Ben didn't know what the new Stu deepfake looked like. So when they showed his laptop, I was like, bro, like how does your sample look exactly like the videos that Sydney was getting? But I guess she shared them with him.
She
Yeah,
shared
she
them.
shared
So
them
he was
with
able to get it
iCloud.
perfectly because like so I thought I was skeptical that he could do it perfectly. So I felt like it didn't leave any room for the viewer to have plausible deniability. Like with this that what we see, Ben has to be the killer because he's gotten it perfectly. But it's only because he's like mimicking the video he got from Sydney. So, but like I agree with you, Rob. It's like it's too early. This is a red herring. He's not going to be the killer.
Yeah. I agree too. I think when this scene happened, I was like, okay, now I know it's not him because I just feel like they weren't going to do this and then make it be him later. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but she thinks it's him. So
Yeah.
she takes his computer and like knocks him out, runs out of the car. But then of course you like see the shadows of Ghostface like running behind her. So like the real Ghostface is actually now chasing her in the street.
Yeah.
Right.
Which she's not supposed to be in. So now we go back into the bar, and it's just 4 of them left. It's the twins and Chloe and Lucas. And so Ghostface comes for Chloe first. She's like in the back kitchen trying to make a pizza or whatever. And she accidentally stabs Chad because she thinks...
This is a really cool like cut scene where she's kind of hiding from Ghostface, almost like Jurassic Park style, like hiding behind like the metal grates and stuff like that, you know? And then like Ghostface is like walking behind, like trying to like look for her. And then like she gets up and she looks around, there's like nobody there, and she turns, and then like all she sees is like a black like figure like in front of her, and then it's fucking one of the twins, and you're like, holy shit, like for an instant you're like, holy shit, he's Ghostface, like, you know, but then Ghostface comes and like stabs him, and then you're like, oh shit, it's not.
Right.
It's just like a cool like cut scene where you think it's him for like one split second until Ghostface stabs him, just because the blackness of the shirts.
Yeah.
It's a cool cut. Yeah
that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then what happens to Mindy? I think I might have been like writing notes my second watch, and so I kind of missed like how they both got knocked out.
Then she
So
she comes running up, and then after Ghostface throws him on the ground, she comes running up, and he just like slices her stomach and pushes her down too.
Man,
so they
she's
fall
had,
down
like,
right now.
Stabs in her
Both
stomach
of them.
a lot, too.
Yeah, both of them. I think it was like either 5 or 6. Like he got stabbed like 20 times.
He should have died.
And I couldn't believe he
6.
lived, but yeah, so they both have scars all over the place. Yeah, so they're both on the ground. They both got cut. Not deep, you know, of course, like one slashies, but that's how they got on the
Just
ground.
one slash. It's fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
I'm telling you guys, I cut my finger. I nicked it with like a bread knife, and I thought I was gonna
Bloodbath.
die from the bloodbath everywhere, just everywhere. So
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, because then what? Then Chloe like runs out the double doors into the other creepy kid,
Into like
right?
the main bar area.
Yeah.
And if she sees,
the creepy kid.
I think Lucas comes out and he's been stabbed.
No,
like,
not
so
yet. Well, first she runs out and he's there, and she's like,
I got this.
She's like, yeah, He's like, I got this.
Yeah.
Like, which in that moment, like, I really thought he was involved through most of this movie.
Could be,
and in that moment, with his reaction of like, I got this, I was like, dude, this guy is definitely one of these fucking killers, because there's no way he got this. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So then he runs
In
back.
fact, you do not have this.
Yeah, he runs back in the double doors, and then she's like standing there for maybe like 5-6 seconds, and then he comes bursting back out on top of her, and then she flips him over and his stomach is all bleeding, which call back to like the original Scream with Billy.
Yeah.
I thought that's what they were gonna do, was like, you think he's dead, but he comes back again.
I was thinking that too.
So that's what I thought they were going with
just
here.
ketchup or corn
Yeah. So then Chloe hides behind the bar, and Ghostface is like, cool shot. He's like behind the bar looking for her. And then he does like a fake out, which is just like, oh, you see it coming, but it's like so scary when it happens, where he like opens the doors out to the outside and they lets them shut. And then her dumbass was like, oh, let me peek out.
This is like, I get for filmmaking purposes, you can't, like, okay, any of us, we're hiding. You're going to stay hidden for like an hour, right? Until you feel it's safe to come out. By the time she emerged from the bar top, the doors were still swinging closed.
It's like
he's
so
still
fast.
right
I know.
there. But like, I get it.
I
I get why you got to do that. You got to keep the tension.
Yeah. So he picks her up and like throws her through all the glass, like on top of the bar. And then when she lands, like a shard of glass just like slices her neck and she just bleeds out. Yeah.
But then he like stomps on it too. That was that was a crazy.
And then
cool
now we have Laura's favorite
I can't-
sequence in this movie.
I can't. One of you is going to have to do it.
That's all you rub.
I'll do it. Yeah, so the Ghostface, he comes around, like I say, he jumped off the bar top. What's her name is bleeding out on the ground. he looks over and sees the creepy kid, whatever his name is. Lucas? Is that his name? Lucas? Lucas. So he grabs Lucas, drags him over, and it's kind of cute. He has like Lucas and the girl like side by side, and it looks like Lucas is like tries to hold her hand a little bit, which they had like a little connection with each other, you know?
Yeah.
So then Ghostface, and we still have to get into the plausibility of like, you know, like gravity and like how this might work, but
I'll
like,
run some calculations next episode and fill you
so
guys in.
Ghostface like picks him up, picks Lucas up, not by the shoulders or under the armpits, but picks him up by the head, which I think is kind of hard to do. Picks him up by the head, and you got a shot of like the beer taps in the foreground, and one of them is like super just a spike, you know? So you already know like, oh shit, you know where this is going. So he picks him up by the head and places the back of like his head through the spike, so then it comes through the top. And then it's like sitting there, and then like the camera pulls back, and then the head of Lucas like tips down, like the bar tap is being pulled, and then blood and beer start flowing out of his mouth, like all frothy and shit. And then it just like stays on that far shot for like 8 seconds, and it's just like flowing onto the ground. And I remember looking over to Laura, and she was just like shaking her head so bad in this moment. Laura, why did you hate this scene?
This because I am no longer watching a Scream movie with this scene.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And this is the thing. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but this was very like, I felt like I was watching Drag Me to Hell. It was very like Sam Raimi, right?
Yeah.
Because like
That's
comedic.
fine. Yes.
Is that why? Okay. Mm.
And it was so CGI. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah. AI is better than this scene, right? I mean, this was not Scream. This is not the like grittiness of the kills. I don't know. It was just so dumb, and I just was very sad.
I fucking liked the creativity. I thought it was fucking cool.
I mean, I knew you were gonna like it because this is your style.
That is. I would write something like this. Yeah, that's true.
The style works in other movies, so I'm not saying like I hate this idea. I just don't want it in Scream. This is not what they do.
I think what put me off about the kill in comparison to other kills is that it was actually kind of slow. Usually Ghostface kills people in a very fast manner. There's a slash or a kill or an instant boom. This one, the way he placed the back of his dome on the thing, it was slow and grotesque. It felt off, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Yeah. Let's just get over this scene. So
let's go.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Tatum's running around the street. A ghost face is killing her. At this point, feels like there's like 5 ghost faces. I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
That's what I wanted.
She picks up like a board. Yeah, whatever. She picks up a board sign and like knocks this ghost face out briefly. Yeah. And then Ben finds her. Yeah, and he's like, it's not me, and she's like, I know it's not you. And then of course Ghostface goes right up behind him and just brutally stabs and kills him.
Yeah, stabs him from the back and then turns him and then does the thing we've been seeing, which is like this really, really quick like ferocity with stabs. It looks insane.
Weird.
It's really the trend in this whole movie is like stabbing somebody 5 times within 1 second. It's so freaking fast. It's crazy. Yeah. So he's fucking done, Ben's dead.
Ben is dead. Yeah. So Tatum, she runs into.
Sorry.
She what?
I'm sorry. I mean, it's just getting late. I said he's a has-been. We can move on past that. Move forward, please.
It's not a good episode unless you have a dad joke, Greg.
Okay.
You got his pun in there. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so she runs into the mom's.
the mom shop. And
shop.
so Sydney, when Sydney got that call, she's like trying to get to where they're at, but like didn't have the keys to her car or some shit. I don't know. So she's like running through the streets. Wi-Fi's bad, but she's getting the notification on her phone that Tatum's in the store, and like she can see Ghostface is like trying to get in too. So okay, this was the question though. So Tatum gets in. How does Ghostface get in? He or she knows the combination.
The code.
He or she may be a computer analyst at a very famous website.
Oh, okay. That's the excuse. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a catch-all for like any excuse.
Yeah.
If you want to find out how anyone can do anything, there's your backstory.
I mean, I took it as like the other person who's not there.
Oh.
Like wouldn't possibly know the code, being like best friends.
They didn't work there, right?
No, but like best friends, like you know what I mean, like And maybe it's like something as easy as like Tatum's birthday, which we reveal that, so she maybe would know that. So
Yeah.
that's the way I
So
took it. Was like that's how they knew.
yeah, that I guess that could be it. So Sydney texts Tatum like there's a gun in the office, and so she gets it with the code, which is her birthday. And so Sydney like calls her eventually, and she's watching, and she's like, "I'm not gonna make it in time. You're gonna have to do it. I'm gonna be here with you on the phone. I'm gonna walk you through this." This I like because one thing I will say is like even when they were fighting in the beginning and like most of their scenes together in the end, one of my positives of this movie is Tatum and Sydney together. I actually really like their mother-daughter dynamic a lot.
Yes.
100%.
I'll say more about it at the end. But anyway, I love this. I love that Sydney can't physically be there and is like, I'm going to walk you through this. Like, you're going to survive. Right. This is what we're going to do. Because Tatum's freaking the fuck out, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So, she's walking her through it and she's helping her get the gun ready. And then she's like, okay, like, do you see the calendar on the wall? That's where he is. Like, shoot the wall, shoot him. And so Tatum does it. And then Sydney's like, oh my God, you got him. Like, he's down. And so she tells her, she's like, all right, get out and then shoot him in the head, him or her in the head. And
or she could have just stayed in the office, like they could have stayed in the panic room.
Yes,
but
correct.
That's another.
I'm glazing over that, but yeah, correct. So she gets back out to where Ghostface is, and then Sydney's like, shoot in the head, but he gets up. He gets up, grabs Tatum,
grabs the gun.
Grabs the gun, and then in that moment, a second Ghostface comes running in and just like runs at Tatum.
Yeah, so like as much as we've been tiptoeing and like literally saying like there's two, when you saw this for the first time, you didn't fully know it. Like you saw one guy get ran over, they had the reveal, so you're like, okay, that's one. Maybe there's only one other one. So this was a cool fucking scene and a cool reveal of like the ghost face with her, and she turns to run out the door, and then another one comes into the door. Yeah. It was cool. I remember thinking like the way it was shot was really good. Like they slow-moed the camera and stuff like that. It was really fucking cool. So now you're like, oh shit, there's three, which it's not like it hasn't been done before. We've had it, but it was a cool reveal. I thought it was cool,
Yeah.
It was timed well because she had just thrown that chair at him, right? Hit him with the fire extinguisher, and you thought that she was finally going to escape. And then, like when the second one comes in, like for me, the whole movie, like with every Scream movie, it's like it's building the tension, trying to figure out who it is. At least this felt like a pressured release to where it's like, oh, okay, now they're revealing that at least there's two. We don't know the identities yet, but we know that there's two for sure. And it felt like I was being rewarded a little bit for like waiting that long.
Yeah.
It was a cool shot too because it was like a slow motion.
Yeah,
of,
it was a cool shot.
Face running in. Yeah.
Like I said, this movie is well directed. Kevin Williamson does a great job directing.
Yes.
It's just a lot of the writing and stuff is just not there with it,
Right. Yeah.
Although I did like the line that was written a little bit here where, because Sydney does come back to the tavern, right? Tatum's not there, and then she gets a call from Ghostface, and like they kind of have a little bit of a back and forth, but then she's like, "Where are you?" And then he goes, "Where the heart is." Until I stab a knife through it. I thought that was kind of like because where the heart is means home, right?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a cool line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she goes to the house, right? And when she walks in, she doesn't see anyone. It's all dark, and the TV, the entryway TV or whatever, like turns on, and it's Stu. It's like Stu talking to her through the TV, and then as she's walking through the house, all screens are turning on. So it's like if it's a TV or a computer or whatever it is, they're turning on, and it's AI fakes of not just Stu, but of Mrs. Loomis, one of the killers from Scream 2, and Roman, the soul killer from Scream 3.
Which is why I watched Scream 3, but I wish I wouldn't have,
And then it also goes to Dewey, which is weird. Okay, so
which is weird.
Okay. So how are we feeling about this? Like now we're like deep in AI. Like clearly they're not all there. This is like.
I mean, for me, like I loved all the Stu stuff in the beginning. I didn't like question anything. I really dug it. I loved all this stuff. I loved seeing the people back and the characters, and whether it worked or not, I really didn't care. It was more of like a fan, like seeing them again. I liked it. No matter what they were saying or how it was connected to the story, I really didn't care. I was just happy to see them. I thought it was cool, you know.
Yeah, like for me, the whole like introduction in general of like AI with this movie, to me, it's respectable because it's topical, right? Like I guess
Yes. Right.
now is as good of a time as any to like add that to a plot. Like if you do this in 2 years, it's like you've missed the boat. This is what people are talking about now. So I
Yeah.
appreciated that. Like the Dewey thing felt like a huge fan service. You know, you got his music playing
Yeah.
for like the
Yeah.
1.45 seconds that he was on screen, which was,
Hmm.
but everyone picked up on it. Like it was both like, oh, cool, but then short-lived. Like it, here you go, then let me take it away
Yeah.
from you. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like that part of it.
Hmm.
It was short lived. I agree with you in that I get why this movie was like AI deep coded, and like that's kind of the thing. I agree. Like it makes perfect sense. And I don't know. I think that they didn't, if they were going to do this, do it right. And this wasn't right. Get them all. I know you can't get them all, but get more of them. Like Mrs. Loomis and fucking Roman. Oh, okay. Like what
Yeah.
about all the ones like from the last few movies? We're just gonna forget about.
Laura
Oh,
wanted to see the guy from Sliders. Rob, what's his name?
Jerry O'Connell.
hell yeah. I mean, just I don't know. Well, Jerry O'Connell wasn't a killer though.
No, he
Well, neither was
wasn't.
Dewey.
Yeah, neither was Dewey. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's true. It's true.
So it's like, so if you're going to do it right. And what I mean by that is like, get them all. And then, have this happen for more than just a minute. Maybe it should have been a different one of them calling her throughout the whole. Actually, that would have been badass. If it was all the different killers calling her throughout the movie. And then at the
Wow, that would've been
end,
cool.
you find out Stu is alive. You still would have had the shock
Oh
of life.
shit! Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's my
There you
rewrite
go.
right there.
There you
And
go.
he's
That's
a
good. I like it.
robot. That would have
No,
been crazy.
he's not a robot. I don't like that.
He pulls off his flesh mask, and it's a robot underneath. Yeah, and it's a double
So
reveal.
anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
so Cindy goes through like the house of TV horrors and then gets outside. And this scene I like because it's a huge callback to Scream
Oh, yeah.
1. Tatum is tied up on a chair in the backyard, gagged and tied exactly like the boyfriend from the intro scene of Scream 1.
Yeah.
And our first ghost face is there and reveals himself, and it's Marco. LOL.
Oh well.
I mean, the Carl one was crazy because we literally did not know him. He didn't speak a word. We barely knew his name. But Marco had one tiny little scene. I mean, we don't know Marco. Like, what?
Yeah.
Who cares
Right.
about Marco?
Freaking
my
Polo.
God.
Polo cares about Marco, but outside of Polo, no one knows who
I
Marco
love
is.
Ethan Embry, but what? And so, okay, so we've got Marco, and then he actually, did he drag out Mark, or did Mark
No.
drag
He
himself
he
out?
like after he unmasks himself, he starts talking about like he was friends with Carl, and then he's like, I'd be dead too, but your daughter missed my head, and then he's like, gotta shoot him in the head, isn't that right?
He goes
Stu.
Stu, and then the second ghost face comes out, and you're still like, is it Stu? Is it not Stu? And then you have the reveal of like, no, it's not Stu, and it's the neighbor. It's Anna Camp with her like
Yes.
black eyeliner now, of course, you know, and she's fucking psycho
Which
now.
watching it the second time and knowing, did you notice how her height literally went down like 2
Yes.
feet?
Yes.
Like it was wild.
Totally.
Like the
Oh,
way
like
she
the-
comes
like
out in
drop
her
the
little
foot.
like ghost face, like
Yeah.
it looks ridiculous because she's so little.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's funny.
All the stunt people doing their ghost face throughout the movies are all like 6'3". So yeah.
So, okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, our 3 killers are Anna Camp, Jess, which she's super crazy. That's fine. That's great. Marco and Carl. What? This was, I'm sorry, the worst ghost face reveal of all time. And I'm a big motive person, okay? Like, what's the
Yes.
motive? And so
Absolutely.
I also am going to say that I think these are the worst motives of all time. And I could think of probably 3 other ones that beat this. Okay. So I'll go through the motives real quick. So
Yeah,
for
go for it.
Carl was a psycho killer and he was obsessed with the stab movie. So he's best friends with Marco. Fine.
Yeah, it's easy.
They can use him. Marco has a background in AI. Okay. That's like his big thing. But
The
then what
Google
happened,
specialist.
he's a Google specialist.
That exposition was absurd, but
Oh
go
my
on.
God.
Yeah.
So Jess goes into a story about how Sydney's book inspired her. And she was in a really abusive marriage, and she actually ended up killing her husband and getting away with it. So she's super inspired by Sydney in her book, kills her husband, and then couldn't handle the fact that Sydney kind of retired and dropped out of the spotlight, and that there were Ghostface killings in New York, and that she wasn't there. She wasn't there as the final girl, and kind of was escaping her trauma. And I mean, this is like very meta because as fans, we were all very upset that Sydney wasn't in Scream 6.
Yeah.
However, I don't need that to be your motive, girlfriend. Like, no, we're not doing this right now. And so she's basically like, I couldn't handle it. And so I actually checked myself into the facility, and that's where I met Marco. So Marco's just in love with Jess. He's got a background in AI, and he's going to do whatever Jess tells him because he loves her.
Yeah.
That was it. That was his motive. Oh, I just love Jess. I'm going to do what she tells me to do.
I mean, isn't that Stu's motive? Didn't he just love Billy?
Yes.
You just went along for the ride.
Well played. Well,
there you go. There you go, right?
But Jess has more
I
plans,
get it.
though, right?
Yeah,
Jess is like, you're done. You're old news.
Yeah.
And now Tatum is going to watch you die, and the trauma is going to keep going. And I'm going to literally build like another you, like a Sydney 2.0, a better you.
That's crazy.
And Sydney even goes like, what about Lucas? Like, what about your son? And she's like, oh, he's worthless. He's gone. Like,
didn't she say I killed him?
Care.
I don't.
Or she just said he's gone because it either was her. Or
she just said he's gone. Like he had too much of his father in him, or something like that. Which
I
don't know
like,
what that fucking meant.
Well, because she said that
Yeah.
in the first scene in the coffee shop, it was very short lived, and they didn't highlight it. But I recognized she mentioned that she had an abusive husband, and that was the father, right? So then like she's, but then again like this, I agree, Laura. Like this doesn't really. This is so paper thin. Like the way I read this is she idolized Sydney, right? And then because Sydney's book, her story kind of made her stronger and escape her abusive marriage. But then when Sydney didn't show up and kind of, withdrew from public life, she felt betrayed. The closest thing I can think of would be like if you had an idol of yours that you patterned yourself after, you were inspired by, and then you found out that they were like an abuser or a killer or someone you didn't think like. Take like a J.K. Rowling. Everyone like loved her books, and then she kind of like twisted into some weird conservative path that didn't people feel betrayed?
Some not nice things.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like this is like maybe taking that to some kind of extreme and like wanting to kill your idol for betraying you and you feeling like they weren't who you thought they were, but it was not handled well at all. Like the fact that you barely knew these people, you're calling back to a movie that maybe a lot of people going into this one didn't watch the last movie. I know. It felt, and then like I'm creating Sydney 2.0, but then also like not caring that your son was killed. Like what does all this even mean?
And she says that she does Pilates. Oh, I found Pilates. She says that like 3 times because I think they're trying to use that to explain like, she's strong. Look at her. She can do all this.
Okay, whoever she thought.
Okay, sure.
It's a Google analyst to physical fitness. Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, but when does Mark get pulled back out? Because we find out Mark's still alive. He's barely alive, but he's still alive.
Like
one of them go and get some.
Yeah, after she's done with her spiel, then Marco is like, he's like, oh well, like I'll be right back. He does like the callback line, I'll be right back, and he goes over there and he pulls fucking the dad out and shit. And he kicks him, and he's fucking alive, and he's alive, and
he's been in that garage for how long?
But also, there is so much blood on his shirt and like plastic area. Like, there's no way he has like blood in his body. There's so much blood.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
But I mean, he is able to like discreetly untie Tatum, right? Like he's down there by her feet.
Yeah.
And then it ended up being another scene where like he's giving her a look and she's looking at him and like she's kind of shaking her head. So it's like the nonverbal, they know what they're going to do. And so, she gives Jess one of those great, throws her head back and like knocks Jess out that way. And then right as she does that,
and Sydney pulls the gun out and shoots Marco on the head.
Yes, and so Marco's dead.
Yeah.
Marco's gone. And now the two women are just fighting. Like it's like crazy Anna Camp, which I will say, Anna Camp plays this role perfectly.
She does a really good crazy. She does a really good crazy.
She does such a good crazy.
She did. She did really good.
It's too bad because I think she worked with what she had.
Yeah.
With the words that were on the script. She can't change that. And she did a great job. And I feel the same way about Sydney and Tatum. I think that they didn't have the best script, but they killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the two women are fighting. It's like
Stab
a bloodbath,
fest.
man. Yeah, stab fest. Sydney also does the thing where she stabs her a million times. That's the new thing now.
Yeah.
We don't just do one like slow stab like the beginning of the
Like
screen.
4 times. It's really fast with like a screwdriver, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just fucking wild, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tatum ends up shooting her.
Shooting her like in the
Right?
chest.
And then all of a sudden they both have guns and they just start rapid fire shooting her in the face until her face falls off.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
sure she's
this
still
is
alive.
this is like so cool though, because like the whole movie it's been like shoot him in the head, you got to shoot him in the head. And then so like you get to this end now of like her every Scream movie, one of them always comes back, you know, at the very end.
Yeah.
And the fact that both of them just like plow like 30 bullets into Anna Camp's face, and it's just like deteriorating. It's like long legs, like the jaws are falling off, and
Oh, yeah.
so bloody, and then the body just falls. Like I fucking thought it was pretty cool. Actually, I thought it was cool.
It is cool, but it didn't feel like a Scream. It didn't have that.
Fucking Laura.
Yeah, it was like
I
Lethal
know,
Weapon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm an
whatever.
annoying fan.
Yeah, I know.
This movie was
Yeah.
made to make fun of me, and that's probably why I hate it.
Yeah,
hate
Scream 8.
it.
Scream 8 is going to be about making like meta about these people that hated Scream 7's not being Scream enough. It's going to be meta within meta for Scream 8 and shit.
For sure.
Yeah, everything is going to be like
Yeah.
slow stabs in Scream 8 and like only one shots and like that, going the complete opposite way for Scream 8. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Someone trips on like the sidewalk, they're dead.
Yeah.
Also, did we get any like knife cleanings in this?
No.
Oh,
None.
that's tragic.
That makes me
no
so
knife
sad.
cleanings.
There was actually multiple scenes I noticed, especially the opening scene where he stabs the guy in the head. He pulls the knife out, and I swear there was no blood on the knife. Like it was clean, which I think was a screw up in the CG or whatever. But like, so I think there's multiple scenes where like they didn't even like add the blood to the knife, so they definitely didn't clean it. Yeah. So
Crazy.
yeah, so she's dead.
Anyway, so she's dead. You know, we kind of have like a happy ending, at least with Mark living. The twins lived. They're back in action. Everyone, the police and reporters are all back at the house now. Gail comes back. You know, sweet scene between Sydney and Gail where Sydney's like, you know, I didn't mean what I said earlier about like never trusting anyone. Like I do trust you. Like they're friends. And then it ends with like a really great Sydney Tatum scene where Sydney finally opens up to Tatum and like tells her, I named you after my best friend Tatum because these are all of the like wonderful attributes that she
Yeah.
had, and that was like my wish for you.
Yeah.
So I like the ending, like the very end. Yeah. End scene.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And all the scenes, yeah.
And did you guys know that there was an alternate ending?
No.
What do you mean there
tell
was an
us about
alternate
it.
ending?
I'm going to read this. Kevin
all
Williamson
robots.
revealed. What?
They're all
Robots.
No, they're not robots. Ready?
Damn it.
Kevin
Okay,
Williamson revealed that the film originally had an alternate ending shown to test audiences
did
that
they
was
do this?
ultimately cut out, revealing that Stu Macher was still alive.
Why do they reveal this?
Wow.
Like, it's just going to make people angry.
Yeah.
It's just going to make
I'm
us angry at what
sorry.
we couldn't have got. I don't understand why you even say that.
I think Stu should have been alive. I never thought I would have
Yeah.
said that because I'm not all about someone that is like clearly dead being brought back.
I don't.
But
So,
I think he should have been alive.
like, if they're revealing that to test audiences, that means the test audiences didn't like that. That's why they changed it. Who the fuck are they
reason-
showing this to?
No, you want to know why?
Oh, okay,
They
go.
were confused. Things weren't adding up, which makes sense to me because I feel like this is the first Scream movie I've seen where I'm a little confused. Like, this is kind of just
Well,
like lazy writing. Like, it
isn't
doesn't
it-
all perfectly tie up in a bow like it usually does.
In terms of him like being alive, so like we've determined that like Marco's story was BS, right? So like the whole thing about him actually coming into the psych ward, and being there, totally fabricated, right? But so we're
Hmm.
still left with the records, the missing records of him being entered into the morgue from the coroner. So
Yeah.
that whether or not whether someone's faking it or that actually didn't happen, his body didn't arrive, like that's still left in the open, right? So like I feel like if he did come back, I would appreciate his actual appearance, and I would be like,
Yeah.
okay, well, the way that the story laid out, like theoretically he could be. So like I would have liked to see it.
I think
Yeah.
either way, it's still not good writing. Like the ending doesn't
It's
change the
not.
writing of the movie. You might as well give us what we fucking want.
I
Exactly.
know.
You
I
know?
know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is,
I agree.
that's fucking wow. That's crazy.
Because
Interesting.
I don't think I would have picked that, but what I was given, I would have picked Stu coming back to like
Yeah,
just
might as
make
well.
this a little bit better. And then I was also reading online, there's a lot of people out there that are like, remember Stu had a sister. He like mentions his sister, like Anna Camp could have been his
I
sister.
did. That was
Oh,
that
that
was
was
my original like negative thought to this movie was like they say it's always somebody it's always like family through
Yeah.
all and that's
Right.
what Scream movies have always been. It's always somebody related to somebody, some connection, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Right.
And so like when it was Anna Camp and her ploy, it's just like you said, Laura, like you left me, you left me alone. I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, why didn't they just make it like I'm fucking Stu's sister? Like why not that? Like that's such a better connection Scream reveal, and it feels so much like the franchise. Why not do that? It's just
Right.
so easy to do. So I don't know. It's like maybe they're overthinking it. I don't know.
I don't know. I wish
Yeah.
Kevin Williamson could have like helped the writing a little bit more.
Yeah.
But again, I do think his directing was great. I thought the acting from Nev Campbell and the twins,
Oh, I
and
agree.
Bree Tatum was great,
Yeah.
and Anna Camp. Anna Camp was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this was a long one. If anything else you want to add?
Like I said, we could have had more robots. We could have had more killers. Like my thing too with this movie is like if you're gonna do like 3 killers and you're just gonna like get a random person from the psych ward, why not fucking get 5? Why not get 10? Why not get 10
Yeah.
crazy fucking killers?
Yeah,
Like,
go
and
totally
that's my
crazy.
thing is like if you're gonna do it, just fucking go crazy with it. Like why like half-ass it a little bit to be like, oh, this is what we're gonna do a little bit. Like if you're gonna do it, fucking go for it. You know what I mean? Like that would have been fucking crazy if like there's like 5 fucking Ghostface out there like chasing people and shit, and they're all just like psych ward inmates. That's fucking dope. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Like if you're gonna
why
break
not?
the wheel, like
Yeah.
break it and
If
go
you're gonna-
nuts.
yeah.
Like you
So that was
can't.
that was my only like
But it
negative.
seemed like
to
they were
that, too.
empress. They were like beating a dead horse in this one. Like I think, obviously, like one of the things that makes the Scream franchise special is like you guys mentioned, like that meta-ness, right? Where it's like Randy, you're talking about the movie, but I feel like the whole thing about like arguing with about horror within a horror movie is that like I feel like they're running out of things to argue about. It's like I'm getting this like meta fatigue at this point. Like
Yeah.
by the end, like I appreciate the fan service, but it honestly felt like the movie was just like masturbating, washing itself. Like the earlier films, 1, 2, like 3 to 4, it was like here are the rules, and then sort of the later films, 4, 5, 6, like here are the rules about the rules, and now
Now you're like,
we're like
I
risking.
don't even know what this one
This
was.
is commentary
This one
about
was just like-
commentary. Like the
About
whole
commentary,
franchise
yeah.
now is about surviving the franchise.
yeah.
It's like this is like you said, Rob. Like the movie's about watching movies, and it's like I'm getting a little like I get that this is a key aspect of what
Yeah.
differentiates this from every other horror franchise, but it's like you gotta do better. You gotta do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
Agree.
wanna
All
do
right.
ratings
Let's-
for this?
Yeah, let's rate it. What are we gonna rate it?
Out of
Oh,
How many? I don't
beer
know.
taps.
we're so bad.
Yeah, I like
coming
it,
up
I
with
like
these
it.
now.
Yeah,
Oh,
how many beer taps?
taps?
How many beer
Oh,
taps? I like that.
God.
Yeah, let's do that. 1 to
That
5. How
alone's
many beer
gonna
taps
make
are you
me-
giving this movie? What do you think? Who
Oh,
wants to go first,
God.
Laura?
I don't know. Maybe Greg. Maybe Greg goes first.
Greg goes first. Okay, Greg. How many beer
Yeah.
taps?
Okay, I'm gonna say 2. Like in general, like you guys have heard my criticisms,
Yeah.
like, but there were
Yeah.
some positives. Like the direction you said was good, Rob. Like to me, it was entertaining. Like things were happening. I just wish the thing that I really liked the most about this movie, which I was so sad they didn't highlight on, was like the freaking theme. This whole idea, like, okay, we're all parents, and there's this like idea of I want to insulate my kids so that they don't have to deal with like what I had to deal with.
Yeah.
And like every
Yeah.
parent knows what that's like, whether it's like having to deal with like past trauma or not growing up in a neighborhood where that you have access to resource, like whatever it is, there's a struggle between, okay, I want my kids to like be insulated from that versus like
Hmm.
let's put them through it. And that was like the theme of the whole movie. And like Sydney finally realized at the end, like I can't totally shield my Tatum from my past because then she's too weak and vulnerable when she actually has to face something like that. Like that's what I wanted to see. Like how we experience traumas differently. Gail's character, how she dealt with Dewey. I wanted to see more of that, but it just seemed like whenever they brought it up, they just kind of swept it under the rug. And it's like, okay, I do want to see like, exciting, maybe heads getting popped on to like beer taps or whatever and all that stuff. But I do want to like feel for the
Yeah.
characters, and I feel for them by like knowing what they're going through a little bit better. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with two still.
Okay. All right. You want me to
All
go
right,
next,
Rob.
Laura?
Yeah,
You
you
go
go
next?
next.
Yeah, for me, like, I mean, up front, I'm never gonna like not like a Scream movie.
No, you're
Like,
taking my lines. I shouldn't have let you go next. God damn it.
sorry,
All
Laura.
right.
Sorry, Laura.
It's okay.
Cut it out,
So
slash
like,
it out.
yeah, so I have that. Even like the worst thing ever made, if it's a Scream movie, I'm still gonna like it and enjoy it.
Literally taking all my words from me. Okay.
Just take, what you gotta do is just take Rob's commentary, like
Yeah,
use
just
AI
deep
to make it like
fake my
into your
face.
voice.
Yeah, yeah. But like for me, it's crazy because like I've seen this movie 3 times, and it's weird. Each time I watch it, I like it less, which is weird because the first time we saw it in the theater, I like kind of dug it, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
you
fucking
posted.
like
You were
it.
like, I didn't hate it.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah.
and then the second time I saw it with my wife, and I was like, kind of liking it less. And then I watched it like, just like a day ago because I wanted to like refresh it again. And I was like, kind of like not digging it again. Like, it's just like, so like I started being like a 3.5. Like, I'm kind of like this movie. And then like I saw it again. I'm like, now I'm down to a 3. And then now I saw it again. I'm like, I'm down to a 2.5 now. Like, it's just like things just don't feel as organic. And like, like the writing, I'm starting to like notice things. And so like, yeah, for me, it's just like, I don't hate it. Like I said, I'm never going to hate it. But like, yeah, it's just not great overall now. So they got like 2.5, you know. Sorry, Laura, I took all your stuff, but yeah.
You did. I'm also giving it a 2.5.
Oh, wow, crazy. Look at that.
Yeah, I actually had a quote I was going to read, which Rob totally stole. He plagiarized it, but anyway.
I did, yeah,
so
I
this
did.
is from
I'm
William.
I'm a Google analyst, yeah.
Yeah, you clearly saw my notes and took them.
I
I
did,
don't know how
yeah.
you did it, but
Yeah.
so William Bibiani of The Wrap, he wrote this
Bibiani.
quote, and I feel like it really describes exactly what Rob just said and how I feel, which is, it's not that Scream 7 is a bad Scream movie. There are no bad Scream movies yet. Even the worst one is kind of all right, and this is the worst one. And I agree. Rob won't let me talk rankings. He's making me wait.
No, we're saving
so
that. We're
please
gonna do rankings.
online beg Rob for a Scream ranking episode so I can go
Bring it.
feral.
Yeah.
But this is my worst. This is the worst one. This is below 3 or whatever is your worst. This
Man.
is it. But I do think there's going to be an eighth one. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
the Scream
Has to
movies.
be.
I love the franchise.
be.
I don't care if they're all bad. I do want them to keep making them.
Mm-hmm.
And up until this point, like there's been something I've loved about all of them.
Yeah.
Even if there were other things I didn't like, but there's always been something I loved. And this one, we got our Sydney back, and she was like the main character again.
yeah.
Tatum is awesome, and honestly, I want to
good.
see what they do with her because I feel like she's hardened now. So really excited about that. Super happy the twins made it again. We'll take them as long as I can get. So yeah, 2.5. Don't hate it,
Yeah.
but it's my least favorite one.
Yeah. Okay.
But would it be a 3 if there were robots? Is all I'm saying.
No, it would be a 1.5 probably.
All right.
That's funny. Yeah, like Laura said, rankings. Laura really wanted to talk rankings on this episode, but I knew that was going to be like at least a 20-minute conversation. We already
And
went.
we've already been going like
we're already
2
been like 2
hours.
hours. So,
Yeah.
please let us know, like listening on YouTube, should we do a ranking episode? Because I really want to do it. Laura wants to do it. We'll make Greg do it. We'll get a deep fake for his face if we need to. Doing this shit. But let us know if you guys want that, and we can fucking do it. So, yeah.
Feel good to have gotten all this off my chest.
Yeah, there you go,
Nice.
Laura.
Does
Good
it feel
job.
good? You feel better now?
Yeah.
I do.
Good
All
job.
right.
Good job.
Well, we'll end this episode. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast everywhere you listen, and follow and contact us on Instagram, TikTok. Are we still on TikTok, Greg?
Yeah, we're on
We're
TikTok,
there.
actually.
Yeah, we're there.
All right. Look at that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
A little bit of break, but
and-
we're gonna get back to it. Warming up.
Okay. That's great. I'm
Greg's
happy
going to be
know
a
that.
Google analyst and start making some deep fakes over there. Yeah.
And YouTube. We're at Conjecturing Pod. And please let us know what movies to do next or rankings. You know, maybe we'll rank some other franchises.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, that'd be cool.
Yeah. And follow Rob because
Yeah,
Rob
follow
is famous.
me. Yeah, follow me. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky at the RL Writes. Talking about horror stuff, memes, posting some Goosebump books I'm doing, and I might have like an announcement coming about maybe another horror short film. So follow me to see what I'm going to be doing next.
Yes.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. Until next time,
Nice.
remember, horror is subjective, so conjecture away. See ya.
Peace, everybody.
wait.
See ya. Oh, yeah, get your mask, Laura. Get your mask.
I'm Stu.